Happy Friday, Facebook friends. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I am super, super excited about our guest for our weekly designer chat. My name is Mia Farrell. I am a designer with ACo. I'm here to help you love where you live. And the guest joining me today is definitely here to help you love where you live. I'm joined today by Kylie Lockett of Oxford Avenue. Hi, Kylie.
Hello.
We're doing a little bit of like a socially distant broadcast. Kylie's in the showroom. I'm outside of the showroom within Hub and Spoke. Kylie's got some awesome styling strategies that she's going to share with us today. And I'm just going to kind of let her have fun in the showroom. She said she was like a kid in a candy store. So I'm going to let her show off all the candy she's finding.
I love it. Thanks, Mia. It's so good to be with you guys today. And I am Kylie Lockett. I'm an interior designer and stylist in Indianapolis, serving the Indianapolis area and beyond. And I create practical interior design solutions for homeowners to love the home that they're in. So it's kind of a perfect marriage between me and ACo. We really connected through social media, which was pretty awesome. So I'm going to go over, just kind of walk you through the showroom, and we're going to go over 5 kind of premier design styling tips that you can really incorporate on your own without even having to hire a designer. So really it's to empower you as a homeowner, even if you rent or if you are a homeowner, no matter where you find yourself, we all are in spaces. And so it's wonderful to curate your own spaces at home to live better where you are. So especially right now, we're spending a lot of time there. So
Yes,
I'm going to flip the camera around, right? I'm going to flip the camera around, and as I talk, then I'm going to kind of show you some visuals as we go.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Awesome.
I think to Kylie's point, we have homes full of things, and maybe you've had the same vase in the same spot for like 15 years. It just moving
Right.
in your home can help give you a little bit of a refresh.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's well said, Mia. So the first one, and just to preface, I have on my website, you can download all the notes. So if you want to come back to this later, if you can't, if you have to pop out and pop on, I'll give you the link at the end of the live here, and you can go to the website and download all the notes yourself. So you have them handy and you can work through it at home. So the first one is to utilize the principles of design. And I like to say that design is, you can see the showroom here, the design is very subjective. And so when we talk about good design, it really does depend upon the viewer and the experience, right, Mia? Somebody might love something and somebody else might not like it.
Absolutely.
So the same thing. Right. So what I like to describe good design as, and it's based on, this was established in the 1970s by an industrial designer, Dieter Rams. So if you search his name, it'll come up, but I just kind of listed him out here. Good design, as you can see in the showroom, it's innovative, it's useful, it has good aesthetic, it's understandable to the viewer or to the occupant, it's unobtrusive, and he would argue that it's honest, long-lasting, thorough, environmentally friendly. And that good design is conveyed through as little design as possible. I also like to say that good design that makes it look effortless is the hardest to achieve, that effortless look. So that's why us designers, we go back and forth all the time because we want to make it look effortless, like it was just thrown together, but that does take a lot of time to do that. Okay, so then the second thing is to define a focal point. And so you can kind of see here, Mia, am I looking good?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. So this is their amazing showroom. It's at Hub and Spoke up in Fishers. First time I've been here, actually. But you can see this is literally the front view from the moment you walk in the door. So this is defining a focal point. Our focal point being the television, and it's really just accented by all the things around it. It's creating a grand focal point. And so the reason why you want a focal point is because you want to indirectly tell the eye with, obviously you're not going to somebody's not going to walk in and you're not going to tell them, look here. You want the eye to go there naturally. And so that's what this does. And the reason why it works is because it gives the eye a place to land and rest without it looking busy. So it looks very clean and cohesive. And I don't know, I'm sure, Mia, you've been in spaces where you're like, it's just a mess, but it's really not. It's just that your eye doesn't know where to look.
Right. I think that sometimes people get hung up, especially in like a living room situation where you've got a TV. Sometimes people have a hard time figuring out where to place that TV, and maybe it's fighting with a fireplace or something else that could
Yes.
be the point. The more you can kind of just create one area there, you know, in that display, we highlighted wallpaper behind the TV, and you know, built those doors around it. Like everything is centered around that TV as the focal point.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is great. So just to give you a little close up there of what she's talking about. All right, we're going to go swing back around here. And so the third one is to incorporate the rule of three. And so we found I came in and genuinely found this just as is. And so I'm going to explain what that means. So I came in, and in this display alone, there really is, they are incorporating the rule of three. And so what I mean by that is that, for example, there are 3 chairs. There are 3 vases up here. And correct me if I'm wrong, Mia, but like it doesn't necessarily mean you always have to have 3 bar stools or 3 plants, but it does in relation to everything else equal just balance. And then there's 3 puck lights, 1, 2, 3. So it's not like a hard and set rule, right, Mia? Like it's definitely just a guideline.
Yeah, it is something to kind of play with. I think that when you came into the show,
Yes.
you pointed out, you know, okay, this display maybe not totally equal 3 parts, but it's still divided into kind of 3 different areas. You have the cabinet off to the side, the area with the
Absolutely.
and then the closed shelving on the right side. So kind of playing with that rule of 3. We're not saying that if you have 4 kids, you can only have 3 bar stools.
Right, exactly. Absolutely. You're right. And that just gets into obviously like other design elements. But what you're trying to do with the rule of 3 is create balance and having that center point. And even the vases up there on the shelf, you can kind of see that. It just works. So yeah, you can get as creative as you want with it, but that's a really good rule of thumb if you're just kind of like starting out like, okay, I don't know what to do or where to start. Like that's what I would say would be the best place to start. Okay, so our next point, number 4, is to create clean lines of sight. And this is one of ACo's custom cabinetry lines. So this to me is like so gratifying to my personhood. This like speaks and checks all the boxes for me. So this is showing, oh my goodness, this showroom is amazing, you guys. So it's really displaying not all the possibilities, but just some different door styles and colorways that you can get the cabinets in. These are all custom made. They're Amish cabinets. And then this is in that display, as that display is with the Amish made cabinets as well. But this you're gonna see we just wanted to show like creating the clean lines of sight. So you have like within this, all the things are lining up. All the lines are lining up. And so what it does is it creates balance, and it creates just a visual pleasant, like it's just so visually pleasant. And so how we were thinking that you could incorporate this into your own home would be like if you have a gallery wall. And even if the photo frames are different sizes, like you could easily like just make sure that the corners are lining up with the ones next to it. So Mia, did you have anything else that you wanted to add with describing that?
Yeah, I think that, you know, when people see photos of gallery walls all the time, and when you pointed out this wall to me, yeah, you could kind of equate it to a gallery wall in your home. Sometimes when people do that, they do lay it out just like those doors are, very straight within, you know, certain parameters. And sometimes it's a little more organic. But even so, the spacing is really something that is considered when laying out a gallery wall, just to make sure that those lines are clean and they're not, you know, they're a little more consistent and not, you know, just fighting with each other and making things, as you said, that's very gratifying. So working on the negative space is just as important as the frames themselves. Kylie, we've got Amber Robinson that's very excited to see you on our live broadcast.
Awesome. Hey, Amber. Hey, Amber girl. We're super pumped that you're here. Okay, so the next one, number 5, is the design strategy is to mix pattern and scale. And so what we did is we honestly pulled this together in a matter of probably under 10 minutes, right, Mia? Like it was just like, okay, what do we have? What do we have? And so we pulled this together. It's just a palette. You could use it in a kitchen. Honestly, you could use it in a bathroom. We've got some tile just to kind of show you what mixing pattern and scale looks like. Also to give you a little bit of idea on like the trends, there's the trending right now is kind of mixing a bold pattern, but it's still pretty monochromatic and like a lot of neutrals. But sorry to break it to you, but gray is going out. And I know that might break somebody's heart, but it's okay. Gray is definitely still, I mean, Carrera Marble, obviously like one of the most classic thing, Avi has gray and white. But I would, if you want to be a little bit on trend, I would go more towards the brown is coming back. And that's kind of what you see here. And so we're mixing, like, even in this tile, it does have a subtle pattern to it. And then this is kind of like a larger scale pattern. And then this is like a small scale pattern. So you kind of get the idea of we're pulling different patterns together. Then you have a stripe here with an organic shape here, and then more like, and then a solid here. So, and then you have the texture, and it just kind of works. So
It does. It's beautiful.
Yay. Mia, what else would you add about the trends with gray?
I think that, I've seen people for a while now leaning away from really cool grays and wanting to go a little bit warmer. And I think that, it hit our market real hard and everybody wanted it. Everybody wanted gray and white. And they were using a lot of really cool grays. And I think that people started to feel a little cold with that. And so the warmer grays, leaning more towards taupe, and that's definitely more that people are going with their neutrals. And I think that people are also not afraid of color. Like you pulled that blue door out and you were like, wow, I love this blue. It's amazing. So definitely not afraid of color, which I love because it makes things fun.
Absolutely. And the interesting thing about the Midwest is that we are typically, like, not to hit on the Midwest, I'm a Midwest lover. I love Indianapolis. But we are about 5 years behind trend. So if you're going to kind of looking at resale value, if you are renovating a space, you do want to look at those trends because you don't want to do gray and all bright white, which is definitely going out too. And then in 5 years, it's like you're really like, you want to be ahead of the trends and just be aware of them. You don't have to be trendy, but just to be aware of the trends, especially if you're in a situation that you want to make money back, which who doesn't, especially if you're a home buyer.
Right.
So I think that is it. I did actually want to throw in there too. I'm going to turn my camera around here. Mia, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
Yeah, I was actually just going to speak up and give you a minute to get your camera back around so we can see your pretty face. The pattern, I wanted to point out the pattern in that tile again, just because it's so subtle. It's just such a beautiful, and it's not in your face pattern, but it's just a little something that can get you excited. I just think that there's so many beautiful things that we can do. And to your point, people are really attracted to warmer things these days. Maybe it's because we've all been in our homes for so long. We really want just to feel cozy and comfortable. That could be it. I'm not sure. I know, right? I thought the same thing. I like feeling cozy. I'm all for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say last thing that I wanted to note was if you struggle like finding your style, like I feel like there's so many design quizzes like find your style, and it's like they're kind of quirky, but honestly, and you could do a million and they could say different things, but look in your wardrobe. That's what I always encourage people to do. Go into your closet, step into your closet. What do you buy? What stores do you buy? What stores are you attracted to when you walk in? You have this kind of feeling. And so that's your style. It doesn't necessarily have to be like labeled like I am bohemian chic or whatever. It doesn't have to be like that because you are the only you. And so it's wonderful to be able to bring that out. And so, yeah, staying on trend and, doing things for resale, sure, that's important. But also living in a space that you love is the most important. I mean, it's your money and you should enjoy it while you're there.
Yeah, that's such a great tip. I love that tip because, obviously when you buy things to wear, you're walking around wearing it all day, every day. I wear because I like the pattern. So I think that there's no reason to shy away from stuff that you're attracted to. We are here to help you love where you live. I'm here to help Kylie help her clients love where they live. We are here to work together to accomplish that goal exactly. So we're not going to try and tell you that you should do one thing if you don't want to do it.
Absolutely. That's exactly right. So, well, I thank you so much, Mia and ACo, for letting me come into this showroom. It's been a long time coming,
Yeah,
and
thank you
thank you
so much for
all.
being here. We
Yeah,
really appreciate it. You guys can find
absolutely.
Kylie on social at Kylie Lockett, oxfordavenue.co. That is not a typo. There is no M. And you can find her styling guide on her website. Easy download. I downloaded it. It's fantastic. So thanks again, Kylie, for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you all. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Bye.